Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Veale back here again, and as you know, I'm the head teacher of Veale Primary Academy, which is situated in Sanderstead in South Croydon. Now, in this special vlog, I am going to detail for you the information regarding the forthcoming transition sessions, which are planned for Wednesday, the 15th of July, so a week tomorrow. So please listen carefully, because coming up in this vlog, there will be some details of the timings, how we have arranged the sessions, and also, I think quite importantly for everybody, especially if you haven't been into school for some time, I will be running through where to drop off your children and where to collect them. And then also I will be just talking about making sure that we are following our social distancing of 1 metre plus. So without further ado, please forgive me if I'm not looking directly into the camera. It's because I am looking at my computer screen again, and that just helps me. So let's have a look. We would love to invite your child to attend a transition hour with their new class teacher on Wednesday the 15th of July. And so you will receive a letter detailing when you are to drop off your child and to where. So that will also be coming up later in the video as well, so that you know exactly where to drop them off and pick them up. And so how have we organised transition day and therefore the transition hour for your child? Well, we've organised the children into bubbles in alphabetical order to ensure that the day runs smoothly. We hope that this also minimises the challenges in case you have siblings. We know that there will be some parents, though, who will have to return a couple of times during the day. We apologise for that in advance, but we hope that you're happy to work with us. Where possible, the session will take place out of doors so that children can see their new classroom a little bit, but we don't want to run the transition sessions indoors. We want to have the children outside. So again, please make sure if it's chilly that they bring a coat. Now, we will be maintaining social distancing, and we of course will be following our COVID-19 hygiene standards by ensuring that the children wash their hands at the start of the session as well as the end of the session. And of course, any surfaces or equipment that the children touch between the hour-long sessions, we will make sure that they're wiped down and cleaned thoroughly. Like I say, please follow the strict one-way system, which is coming up later in this edition. And I ask that you maintain the 1 metre plus social distancing rules at all times. As the number of families returning increases, so does the importance of all adults complying with these measures, and that is going to be the same for September onwards. Now, what happens if your child is not currently attending school? We are asking that you indicate on a Google form by no later than Monday the 13th of July at 12 noon that you are happy to give your permission for your child to cross bubbles for an hour session. I think I've made a little mistake there. That should be if your child is currently attending school. Okay, you've got to give your permission that you're happy for them to cross bubbles for the hour. If we do not have your permission, your child will not be able to attend the transition session with their new teacher, but you will be able to watch the transition video at home with your children that the teacher makes. Staff will be releasing a welcome video onto Google Classroom to support with transitions as well, and this will go live from July the 15th, and of course can be rewatched. The magic of YouTube, the magic of Google Classroom is that you can rewatch it during the summer holidays as well. Now, so remember, there is a key date there. Please indicate on the Google form if you would like your child to attend the transition session by Monday the 13th of July at 12, or I should say by 12 noon. And the link is in the letter. Okay, we're going to have a little pause there while I get ready for the next section of information. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Now I'm going to be reading from the letter that you would have received, and so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will just go through the key timings for each year group so that you are at least aware and that you know where to find the information which is on the letter. So year one, we are having a transition session from 9 till 10. So Violet A, so bubble A, Mrs. McQuinney, drop off at the Violet class playground door. And then 10:30 to 11:30, Violet B. And again, that's with Mrs. McQuinney and drop off at the Violet playground door. And then for blue transition, that's going to be in the afternoon on Wednesday, so 12:15 to 1:15. Blue A, that's going to be with Miss Dalton virtually and Mrs. Holden in class. Please drop off by the blue classroom door. And then blue B is going to be 1:45 to 2:45, and again that's going to be with Miss Dalton virtually and Mrs. Holden, and please drop off at the blue classroom door. So that's fairly self-explanatory. Now let's move on to year two. So 9 till 10, orange A, that's going to be with Miss Dunn virtually and Mr. Spriggs in class. Please drop off at the infant playground by orange class door. And then 10:30 to 11:30 is going to be orange B. Once again, Miss Dunn virtually, Mr. Spriggs in class, and dropping off by the orange classroom door. Then in the afternoon, we have green A from 12:15 to 1:15. That's going to be with Miss Hardy. Please drop off at the infant playground by the green classroom door. And then green B, that's 1:45 to 2:45. Miss Hardy, drop off at the infant playground by the green classroom door. Now we're moving on to key stage 2. So 3S bubble A is 9 till 10. Miss Skelly, please drop off in the quiet playground by the music room door. And then 10:30 to 11:30, it's going to be 3S. Bubble B is going to be again with Miss Skelly, drop off in the quiet playground by the music door. And then 3B, so bubble A is going to be 12:15 to 1:15. Mrs. Smith, again, please drop off in the quiet playground by the music room door. And then 1:45 to 2:45, it's going to be 3B, Group B, and it's going to be again with Mrs. Smith, please drop off in the quiet playground by the music room door. Now rapidly moving on to year 4, 4M is going to be with Miss Pickering, so bubble A, again that's going to be 9 till 10. Please drop off in the quiet playground by the hall door. 4M, bubble B, 10:30 to 11:30 with Miss Pickering, drop off in the quiet playground by the hall door. And in the afternoon it's 4P, so bubble A is going to be 12:15 to 1:15. Miss Poppy, drop off in the quiet playground, junior hall door. And then 4P, bubble B is going to be Miss Poppy, drop off in the quiet playground by the hall door again, and remember those key times, 1:45 to 2:45. Nearly there, folks. Year 5, 5S, bubble A, 9 till 10. Mr. Simons, drop off by the junior hall door. And 5SB, bubble B, so 10:30 to 11:30. Mr. Simons, drop off by the junior hall door. And the just a note on that, that's the outside door of the junior hall. That's the one near the staff car park, not the one via the quiet playground. And looking at 5SB, so bubble A is going to be Mrs. Bayliss and Miss Sodia. Please drop off by the junior hall door. And 5SB, bubble B, is going to be Mrs. Bayliss, Miss Sodia, drop off by that junior hall door. Finally, 6D, bubble A, going to be with Mr. Dench, drop off by the current 5RB classroom door. And then 6D, bubble B, from 10:30 to 11:30, once again, drop off by that 5RB current door. And then in the afternoon, it's going to be 6I, so bubble A, 12:15 to 1:15, with Miss Ingram, drop off by the current 5I classroom door. And then 6I, bubble B, Miss Ingram, drop off by the current 5I classroom door. Phew, that was an awful lot of information. Whew, and done. And now stay tuned for the following information, which details how to come into school, where to drop off your children, and general information. So sit back and relax and watch this important information film. Thank you. Welcome everybody. If you are new to coming into school because you've been at home on lockdown for a number of weeks now, and you're coming in for the transition afternoon on Wednesday the 15th, we just wanted to run through one or two things with you. So you will need to bring your child at the allotted time, which is all detailed in the letter, and the first thing we're going to ask you to do is to sanitize here with your child, and then what we would like you to do is to go up this side of the school path, and then we would like you to go where it is detailed in your school letter. Okay? So when you're on site, what we're asking you to do is keep strictly to the left. So you can see here that we've got all of the tyres. So when you're coming into the site, you need to be on the pavement at all times, and then when you're exiting the site, you'll see that you'll need to be the other side of the tyres and then going down the left-hand path as we go out. Now obviously you may not know this, but we've restricted the entrance area into the reception, so unfortunately we can't have any parents into the main reception area. So and this will be the same for September, so if you've got any queries, what you'll need to do is either email in, phone in, or drop any letters or so on into the post box there. Okay, so we are now outside. You will be able to recognise this, the year 2 classroom. So this door here by the tyres is green class, and this door here is orange class. So if your child is going into green or orange class from September, this is where we would like you to bring your child, and they will be greeted by a member of our staff at the door at the allotted time. And we're now standing outside the year 1 classroom. So obviously you'll know this, but just in case you need a reminder, this side here is blue class, and the door for violet class is just beyond there under the covered area. So once again, if your child is going into blue class, please bring them into this area here, and into violet class into the area down further on. And once again, your child will be greeted by a member of Atwood staff. And once again, you'll be familiar with these 2 classrooms here. And so this is the current 5I classroom, and this is the current 5RB classroom. And so if your child is going into year 6, year 6 will be dropped off here at this door here, and if your child is in 6D, they'll be dropped off at that door down there. I'm now standing on the quiet playground, and as you can see down here, the white door is the music room door. And so if your child is going into year 3, we would like you to bring your child onto the quiet playground here, and then somebody will collect them from year 3 at this door here. And here we've got the door that leads into the junior hall. And so if your child is going into year 4 next year, we would like you to bring your child onto the quiet playground, and a member of staff will greet them at this door here. It's very, very important for all year groups. I know you'll be watching the whole video, but we must maintain the social distancing of 1 metre plus. And I know that's going to be very tricky, but we are going to have to get used to this. So there is only one door, and there are a lot of children, and there may be a lot of adults. So we really do ask you to keep your distance from one another, and then that will allow us to have a smooth entrance and of course exit at the end of the transition afternoon. And again, you'll recognise here, this is the other door for the entrance into the junior hall. And so we're by the car park at the front of the school. So if your child is going into year 5 in September, we ask that you queue up here, remembering that social distancing, and a member of the Atwood team will greet your child ready for the transition afternoon. So this is year 5. Thank you for watching the transition vlog. I hope you found the information useful, and please do share it with your child. It's very important that we work together as a team between home and school to make sure that your child feels absolutely comfortable with moving up to their new class, potentially their new teacher. And we do recognise that it has been such a topsy-turvy year, and we're determined to try and settle the children into their new classes as quick as possible in September, and to make the whole transition period very smooth, and to try and take away any anxieties that you as families may have, or indeed the children may have. Now, coming up later this week, I will be filming a very special film which will be detailing all of the arrangements for the return for children on Wednesday the 2nd of September. And I do urge you that you look at this video very carefully, because it will detail some of the rules and regulations and regimes and procedures that the school will ask you to follow as families, and it will also detail key timings, when to bring your children into school, when to collect them, and then also it will detail where to drop the children off and where to pick them up. So I do urge you, if you haven't done already, click that subscribe button, and then you will never miss out on any very important updates. Thanks for your time, and I'll catch you later.